What's up, my dudes? Valk here. And today, this was the most requested thing by a mile on my Shao Shimenawa video. We're going to be doing a hutao showcase. Well, not really showcase, but we're going to be comparing basically Shimenawa hutao. But I want to go a step further than that, and I want to compare everything hutao that I have. Because I never really gave hutao the spotlight. I never really made that many hutao videos. So I want to kind of knock out everything I've got that I could try and test on her and see exactly how it works in comparison to anything else. So for right now, I run 2-piece Nasty, 2-piece Crimson Witch. That's what I almost always run on hutao. I run a deathmatch, so we might have some mismatching substats occasionally. But for the most part, this tends to be what I'm going to run on everything. I want to even try like 4-piece Emblem and stuff like that. I don't know. We're going to try out a bunch of stuff. So let's go ahead. Let's get into it because this is going to be a very long video compared to normal. So I want to go and start with this one. We're going to go piece by piece. I'm going to showcase them all. And I'm just going to try my best to just go in there. We're going to pop Xingqiu's E. We're going to do Zhongli. And then we are going to hit once. And it should crit. And we're going to see how much damage it does. We're just going to do this once. It's not going to be the best test. But without making a 2-hour-long video, without making Hu Tao Artifacts the movie, we'll be able to get a good comparison between all the different sets and see exactly how she functions with a bunch of different things. So let's go ahead. This test, I honestly don't know because I don't play Hu Tao enough, even though I have a really built down Hu Tao. I don't really play Hu Tao enough to really have a good idea or understanding of what to expect from this test. But I just do a lot of HP, and that tends to work out. So let's go ahead here. We're going to do this, and we can see that's an 11k, 12k, 16k. So the first hit was about 11k there. She's at 3,000 attack with 2 Crimson, 2 Millilith, 3k attack. So that's the Millilith piece. We're going to go ahead, we're going to exit out. We're going to reset. I don't really need to switch out her. I don't need to heal her like I did Xiao because it doesn't really matter. She's low HP for this testing. But we're going to go ahead and switch artifacts now. And I'm going to cut back to me inside the domain. And this is how we're going to do it. Alright, now we're back at it again. Now, I know I said I didn't need to heal Hu Tao, but I forgot about her passive where she gets more pyro damage whenever she's below 50% HP. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind. But now we swapped on over to 4-piece Crimson Witch. Here's the stats. 74, 229, pretty similar to the other one, but now we dropped about 3k HP, so we're going to compare the attack stat to her conversion. I'm going to go through the pieces. You can see they're majorly the same, except for the flower and the sands. Those have changed, but other than that, we've got this going. So let's go ahead. Exact same setup scenario as last time. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Then we're going to go with Hu Tao. We're going to hit the R2 button, and we're going to apply 11k. So virtually the exact same damage. I am seeing a little bit less damage. Let's check the attack stat. That is a very, very big dip in attack. But it's virtually the same. Just off a very quick preliminary test like that, it's virtually the exact same damage other than, like I said, the attack stat being a little bit lower. So now we're going to swap on over to 4-piece Shimenawa. We're going to see how Shimenawa is. And then we're going to go back to something else. Alright, so now we're at it with the 4-piece Shimenawa. You can see the crit rate's gone up, but we lost about 20% or so, a little bit more than 20% crit damage, so that's going to be something to take into account. Other than that, here's the artifact pieces. It's, once again, going to be HP focus, and pretty good pieces. Deathmatch here definitely probably hurts, but like I said, we try to be as fair as we can in comparing, but artifacts are RNG. You know, you're never going to get the exact same artifacts. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to proc this. Wait for the Hydro application. 11k again. Everything's virtually the exact same, it looks like, as far as damage goes. Let's look. The attack's worn off, so I'm going to wait for the skill to pop back up. Her attack is 3,200, which is virtually the same as before, losing the max HP. So far, in my opinion, 2-piece Millilith, 2-piece Crimson Witch seems to be the best option. But also take into consideration the massive amount of crit damage loss. The fact that the damage was literally the same, even with the crit damage loss, means that 4-piece Shimenawa is definitely a viable option. But I don't know exactly if that would be the best. but it's definitely a good option because it's doing enough damage to make up for the loss for about 30% crit rate, or crit damage, which is huge. So now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to heal hutao again, and we're going to swap artifacts onto the next one. Alright, now this one is a little bit more of just for funsies, because if you look, 69.4, 69, 220 crit damage, but we're going to run 4-piece emblem. I'm going to show you the artifacts so you can see that we do have good artifacts on her. And it's going to be a very interesting showcase, but I'm really curious to see how much ult damage she has. The energy recharge is what really matters. It's only 150 energy recharge, so it's not going to be crazy high. It's going to be about half the bonus it could be, so like 37.5% extra ult damage. But I'm really curious to see where it's going to go, and maybe it could be a viable option. It's really interesting to see exactly how it's going to go. So let's see the energy generation that we get with this amount. Alright. Well, it would help if we hit something with it. And then we want to walk up, just do this, and apply Hydro. And then we're going to do that. How much? 75k, not even not even sub 50% HP. That's pretty freaking good. That's honestly pretty good. That's actually kind of sick. Alright, so now I want to test one more set, and then I think I'm going to call it. Alright, now the very last setup I'm going to test, that way we have something to compare Emblem to, because obviously you cannot compare an ult damage set with the other sets which are meant to increase normal attack damage. So the very last set I'm going to compare things to, so you guys can get a comparison of something. Now keep in mind, this is like the most bare bones comparison you can make. This is something that I basically have time to make. If I wanted to sit down and actually do like a really in-depth comparison, something like that would take me quite a while to make, and I don't exactly have that much free time. So I'm just giving you guys very quick looks, and you can decide for yourselves. You can also test a bunch of stuff out. But we're going to test out 2-piece Noblesse and 2-piece Crimson Witch. These are the substats, pretty much the exact same. We're at a point where I hope it crits. I might actually swap some stuff around here on the fly to make sure it crits, but you can see the only real unique pieces are these. I'm going to go ahead and throw this on, actually. Sacrifice some crit damage just to make sure it probably crits. Okay, so we're at 69 and 230, which is about the same as the rest of the artifacts. So I'm going to go ahead now, earn my ult up, and then we will cut to that. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to make sure to apply the Hydro onto him. Let's get the Vaporize. I want to get Hydro on him real quick. And then we're just going to see the damage number, and it didn't crit, so we need to try this again. Alright, so now we're going to try this again. Get him wet. Vaporize. 74k, so it's virtually the same as the Noblesse. Noblesse is slightly worse than 4-piece Emblem. And not to mention the energy recharge actually from the emblem helps out a lot. I was able, like, I'm not going to showcase it, but I was able to get ult so much easier, obviously, with the extra energy recharge the emblem gives. So if you're running hutao, like 2-piece Crimson, 2-piece Noblesse, I would look into 4-piece Emblem. I mean, you're going to be sacrificing the extra damage on your normals, but your ult's going to hit that much harder. And if you get more energy recharge, you can have much more ult up time, so you can stay pretty healthy. So, yeah, that's basically the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Now, keep in mind, this was a bare bones showcase / research type of thing. Whenever it comes to it, Emblem is really good, actually. It actually surprises me how good Emblem is. As well as Shimenawa is also good. But with Shimenawa, you might run into energy recharge issues after a couple rotations. You got to remember, hutao really needs her ult to be able to survive. But if you're killing things fast enough with the enhanced normals of Shimenawa, then you might be able to make full use of Shimenawa and not worry too much about the ult. Either way, I think they're both really strong sets, and they're worth a go if you manage to get them. Like if you're farming for ball, and you manage to get a good 4-piece Shimenawa set, go ahead, give it a shot on hutao, see if you like it. Anyways, thank you all for watching as always. Let me know in the comment section below what set you believe is best for hutao, because I already know what I'm going to title this video. It's going to be something like, what's the best set for hutao? Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.